Scorpio, and welcome to September. And I just want to say before I start, thank you very much for all your lovely comments and for letting me know how these messages resonate with you. I really appreciate it, love reading them, and I love knowing what's going on with you and that you are, enjoying them. So thank you so much. And I just want to say before I start, if you'd like to get a personal reading with me, the link's below the video. So you are going to be looking at your 11th house this month, Scorpio. So it's going to be very much about where you fit in the wider community, how you feel about the culture that you live in, the groups that you connect with, how you feel about your aims and your wishes as well, your wishes and your dreams, and whether those connections and alliances are really in line with your wishes and your dreams. And so you're going to be asking yourself questions in those areas. And you're also going to be asking yourself, what isn't fun in your life? What is it that you're not enjoying? What is it that you feel is just not a good outlet for you? What is it that you feel is just not happening for you in terms of filling you with joy and passion and making you feel loved? You might also let go of some ideas about love. You might let go of ideas about what you thought love was. You might let go of ideas about who you thought was embodying that love for you. You might let go of the whole paradigm of how you see love, and you might be moving more towards embracing the love of the collective, wanting to connect with groups, wanting to connect with community, wanting to find your tribe much more than you've ever done before. So let's just have a little look at what Scorpio needs to know about how to get the best out of September, what to move towards, and what is happening in terms of the fulfillment of their deepest desires and wishes. And there we go, and how the groups and the communities that they're a part of can support that, or how they need to make changes in the groups and communities that make their lives what they are. Okay. Alright, so past. So in the past, you've just gone through, the period that you've just been through, Scorpio, has been very much about regaining personal empowerment, beginning to feel again as if you are, at the centre of your world, if you like, rather than being pulled around by everyone else. It's like you are feeling your attractive power again, that you are kind of a gravitational centre, if you like, that you can be in control. When you wake up in the morning, you know pretty much what's going to happen in the day ahead, and you can feel as if you're not going to be pushed around from pillar to post. You're going to have a sense of, okay, this is all right, I feel strong, I feel like myself again. Also learning to trust your gut feeling a lot more, learning to trust what you feel and sense and know about how to carry out your activities throughout the day, who to connect with, which groups to connect with, which groups feel really good, and not questioning it so much. Whereas in the past you might have thought, well, is it me? Is there something wrong with me that I don't feel comfortable in this group? No, now you're trusting yourself and you're feeling like, that's not my tribe. No, and I've got a sense that this is where I'm going to feel really comfortable. This feels good. I feel good when I'm in this crowd. I feel good in these situations. That's what I'm going to stick with. I'm going to trust myself. Okay, so that's what you're moving through. And where you are at the moment, memories of love, there's some nostalgia. There's some sense of looking back over a love in the past, or over several loves in the past, several experiences of love, whether that's actually committed one-to-one love, or just wondering about what you feel about love, like we said at the beginning. Thinking back over your experiences of love, even childhood experiences of receiving love, from family, from parents, of how those experiences have formed you, how they've made you the person that you are. Have they allowed you to open up? Have they shut you down? Or are you missing someone from the past? Are you missing a parent? Are you missing someone, who was a part of your upbringing, a part of your upbringing, a part of your world, something that's possibly shaped your ability to trust or not trust a sense of community, a sense that you are safe in groups. I can't speak properly, so there's some kind of communication thing there as well for some of you, my lovely Scorpios, that you feel that, you know, you can't always express yourself, you can't always communicate because of this loss possibly, or just because you're just feeling a little bit thrown by it at this particular time. So you're being asked to just be very gentle with yourself and just know that, you know, you have a team of angels and guides around you who are totally there for you, supporting you in your emotional well-being and your future growth and development and success and happiness, okay? So try not to get too down. If this is a connection, a relationship, it's possible that someone is coming back, or is around now, or it's imminent. Their re-emergence, their reappearance in your life is imminent, and that you will then have a whole other load of decisions to make in terms of regarding where you feel comfortable. It's possible also that someone in spirit is very close to some of you, because I'm feeling chills. So trying to help you to move forward in a way that you don't have the confidence to do just yet, or where your confidence might be failing a little bit. You know who that is. Okay, so what you're moving into is harmony. Oh, that's interesting. Gemini had that combination. So you have nostalgia, a longing for returning to something that was in the past, and then you have harmony right afterwards. So it's possible that something that was in the past comes back into your life, and now you're able to see it very differently and to create a more harmonious situation this time around. So it's possible that this time it all gets balanced and you see things very differently, both people or all parties, in the sense, you know, if it's a group, see things differently and are able to come to a place of harmony. It could also be something connected with music, you know, for musicians out there. It could be that you find the group of people that you want to create with, and that brings more, you know, the harmony thing. It can be quite literal sometimes, I find, with that card. So, all right, so you're being asked to just keep an open heart and an open mind, Scorpio, and just see what happens. Trust your gut about whether things are the same or whether they've genuinely changed. Things can change. Do they always change? That's up for you to decide whether they have or not. And to just keep trusting your gut, using what you've learned in this period. Possibly there was a period of separation. Use what you've learned to discern whether you're going to give this another opportunity, another chance. And if it's not that particular story, then just be open to reawakening old childhood memories, old childhood dreams about possibly being creative, being in groups and feeling happy, and how this can actually develop a new sense of harmony going into the near future. The advice from the cards: reward and recognition. For some of you, Scorpio, you're going to find yourself in a really beautiful group situation that brings to you a lot of, you know, accomplishment, reward, recognition, and that just feels really good. And it's possible that this group will have developed more harmony, and that is what will lead to this recognition of everyone feeling rewarded, everyone feeling recognized, you know, people having worked out their stuff from the past and coming together to make it happen. And that could also apply to the other kind of community, which is just the relationship community or culture, the one-to-one. So it could be that through working out your differences and coming to this place of harmony, you can achieve something that's meaningful together. But you're also being asked to focus on that, to focus on the accomplishments, on what you're trying to achieve, and to let this fall into place by itself, to let any emotional issues work themselves out, or, you know, come back around in their own time, if that's what's going to happen. Okay, that could relate to all sorts of things. The other thing, movement, choices and decisions. It's time for you to make some choices. It's time for you to make some decisions about the direction that you're going in, and to choose about these communities as well. But we've got a number 2 card here, so, and I was just drawn to that card, that number 2 on the card. So it could be for some of you that you are making choices and decisions about relationships. And I sort of got an image here of how this story could play out, that possibly you've been in this a situation where things have come to a standstill, where you weren't able to move forward together with what you had, the resources that you had, the ideologies that you had, the culture that you created as a couple, and that things have transformed as a result of you being apart, and you're returning to give it another try to see if it can work. And it might be that you decide that it might work better in a whole different circumstance, a whole different situation, maybe even another country, maybe another place or a home or something like a fresh start is what I'm getting, and that there are decisions that you need to make together. If it's not about that, and you are really just thinking about your own personal situation as a single person, then it's very much about you making choices and decisions that will support you, that will lead you into a community or group, or just a way of thinking that supports your recognition and success, that makes you feel that it's good, that it's ongoing, that it's not going to be thwarted in any way, that it will be allowed to continue, that you will be able to make a choice. You might actually be making a choice to travel for work, and that might be the thing that brings the reward and the recognition, because the Two of Coins is very much about travel. It can be about travel. So those are your advice cards, and the outcome: rest and rejuvenate. So, you know, you've been through a lot, Scorpio. You've been through a lot of analysing, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of decisions, a lot of choices to make, and you're coming to this place where you are very much looking at your work in the world, your position in the world, how you're rewarded and recognised, and the decisions you need to make. And it could be that you just think, oh, I need to have a bit of a break before I do any of that decision making. So you might actually just withdraw, meditate, rest, give yourself a chance to have a break, or even just go away. It's possible that you're thinking of moving, relocating, and that you decide to go away for a break in the new place, or close to the place that you're thinking of relocating to. All of these things are possible, but what this is saying is that you do need to just retreat, regroup, and go within yourself a little bit, even if it's just for a day, and just, you know, pamper yourself. I'm hearing pamper yourself, look after yourself for a while, and just, you know, get really clear about how you're going to move forward now with this new culture, this new group, or in this new connection, or this reawakened connection. And for those of you who are only focusing on recognition and reward and all those choices, and not really thinking about relationships or connections or even groups, it's just a time for you to give yourself the space that you need to recalibrate, to take into consideration everything that's happened in recent months and even years, and to decide, give yourself time and space to decide, what are you going to take with you going into this next period? What is going to be your new culture? What is going to be your new group? What are your real, genuine wishes and hopes and dreams? Let's see what comes after, immediately after. Okay, so we've got suffering in silence. It's always a risk picking another card. But I'm not going to leave you with that. I'm going to see that as a warning card. I'm going to say to you, Scorpio, that if you decide not to communicate with, you know, the group that needs healing, or the partnership, or whatever, you know, you're not going to know. There's something that needs to be healed, and it is healed by communication, right? And communication brings power, brings empowerment, okay? So if there's something that's up in the air that you're still not sure about, that still needs a little bit of healing, or needs to be revisited, that you need to find out about, you need to go back and find something out, then you mustn't suffer in silence. You mustn't keep those questions to yourself. Take a break, recharge, go inside yourself, and then come back out with an aim to communicate and say, you know, what was it that bothered you in the past? What was it that you felt needed to change? What was it that you felt could, you know, on both sides be improved? You know, just open up the communication, give and take, listen, make sure that you listen and share, rather than going inside yourself and shutting down. Again, childhood patterns possibly of shutting down rather than opening up and communicating, because of a fear, because of a lack of trust, because of feeling that you won't be heard, or that you'll be abandoned, or any of those things. You know, open up and communicate, and that will empower everyone, okay? Have a fantastic September, Scorpio. That was so clear. It was so great to do that. And if you'd like a personal reading to just see what that really means for you personally, the link is below the video. Take care.